Hi everyone, welcome to Godless. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So this game is interesting. It's not really what I expected. So I got sent a key for this by the guy, or not if he's sure if he's the only developer or he's the main developer making this. Just kind of like, hey, check out this game if you want. So I did, and it's interesting. I looked at the screenshots and wasn't that interested initially. Loaded it up, played it, and it's a lot more complicated than it initially looks. I think so. There will be some constructive criticism I'm going to put in the game here as we talk about stuff. I think this game could be better. It's definitely interesting, um, and it seems like it's still in early access, although it does say version 1.2.1. It does have a roadmap when it first loads up, so I think there are some things that are coming in are going to be changed. I don't think the mechanics need any changes. It's sort of some of the interface and looks of the game and stuff. So I played through the tutorial. I played through a run. I thought for sure I was going to beat the run because I was just destroying everything I ran into all the way to the final boss battle and then got killed in the final boss battle. There's a bunch of different continents you go to. The idea of this is essentially that you are the last god. The humans, the magic users, everybody else kind of got together and murdered all the other gods off. You're the last one. So the odd choice for me that I think is that the gods are represented, so you are represented by this kind of pillar. We do have some options as we get in. So there is the Ether Shrine aside of the default. So you're a shrine. Shrines don't move. They can fight. They do have a certain amount of health, so they will do some damage back if they're attacked, that kind of thing. I played last time with the Magma Shrine, so this guy moves around and attacks. I feel like we're going to be the last god. I think it would be much more interesting and compelling if each of these were actually different dudes who wandered around and did stuff. I can kind of understand that there's sort of a representation of like a place of worship come to life sort of thing. But even if like one was like a statue, like even if they looked like statues of certain gods, or like had a limited movement and moved around like only one space a turn or something like that. Like some of them don't move, some of them do move, like that kind of thing. I think it would be more interesting. So I do like this guy a lot better. I'm going to go ahead and choose the Magma Shrine. So we'll continue on. So as far as this goes, we have a variety of different things that we can do. So first off, over here for skills. The skills that I took last time are what's set here. So I think we can change. Except I don't know that I have the points. Yeah, so I did spend a bunch of points getting a bunch of unlocks and things. So we have an option of Portal, Deep Freeze, Blazing Soul. So kill an ally, add their attack to another ally. That I think can also do that to him. I haven't used this skill. Portal just moves somebody to an adjacent hex. So one of my guys to an adjacent hex. Deep Freeze stops someone from moving and gives them a little bit of an increase to their stats. I think that is all fine. Curious about Blazing Soul. Maybe I could try Blazing Soul instead of the Portal. What I found is as I was playing through, I just almost never used these. Early on I did a little bit, but not so much later. We'll take Blazing Soul, I guess. So this does cost me 2 to use, whereas the Deep Freeze is only 1. Portal's also 1. Let's see, over here, we can unlock some stuff. Continents are larger. Randomly define the number of all basic tiles. There are mysterious swords. I've never seen that before. 1/9 on death, +3/+3 to all adjacent units. Is that to all of my units? Or, I mean, assuming it's all adjacent units, so even people I don't want to fight, or people that I'm fighting against are going to have that, which would kind of suck. So we can change the difficulty if we want to get more gems, which is sort of the meta progression. So we can unlock different stuff, different skills, that kind of thing, and unlock different altars. These are locked for the moment. Kind of fine with this. I kind of like the larger continents, but I'm curious about the swords. So, interesting. All right, so as we go in here, we'll take a look. A few things. All right, so we have a random assortment of skills. This is how we summon our minions, basically. Usually we have 3 ether, which is like energy to summon stuff at the start, and then Later, you'll get like one a turn unless you go on certain tiles, which can give you more. We've got slots for these skills and things up here. We've got one-off stuff we can use. This is sort of a progression thing up here. So I don't think, yeah, I haven't seen any of these before. So Pyromancer deals 3 damage to a random enemy for each adjacent plane hex. As we go on, there aren't that many plane hexes later. Beast, upon receiving damage, gain that much attack. That's pretty cool, actually. Plant Warrior, on attack applies poison to a target. I feel like it's good to have a 2 and a 1. I don't know about if the 3s are worth it necessarily. I felt like I was not using them very often, but that could just be, you know, tactics and stuff. So we get that. For a second, we have a Nomad. +2/+1 if they're on a hex, or on a plains hex. Blessing, +2 health to an ally, +1 more for each adjacent enemy. That's nice. Acid Lake. Each turn, 4 damage and applies poison to an enemy on this tile, so it shouldn't affect us. Yeah, I kind of like the Acid Lake. Then we have Invigorating Flame. Destroy a tile, +4 health to a unit on it. Cleric. Move, add +2 health to all adjacent allies. That's very good. Grove Keeper. On attack, triggers each turn effects on all adjacent tiles and units. I think I'll take the Cleric. And then we get a scroll. These are a one-time thing. Resurrect the last dead ally, 12 to a unit, and a unit attacks all adjacent units. Let's take the Thunderbolt, I think. Alright. So Act 1, Kingdoms of the First Alliance. Long ago, the land was a barren desert. Then came the elvish druids who nurtured and invigorated it with nature magic. So there's always kind of some random stuff down here. You can't change this once it's here. There's nothing you can do about it. So create some star shards, and then later we'll have other effects and things going on. There are various different things we can kind of level up as we go through. This sort of depends on, I think, what you play. So, like the Beast and Acid Lake, I think those are life. Looking for colors. Like the actual little diamond tabs here will be different colors. So like the death magic stuff is all purple. I think like human warriors and stuff are off at the Pride. There's different green sorts of things. I may not have any green. And then that'll also affect like what we get up here. But we'll take a look at that in a minute. So we have all the stuff we can see, the anomalies down here. I don't know if they're all in effect. Maybe they are all in effect. I'm not sure. So we can have up to 4. So get a bit of a preview of who we're going to be fighting. So Rune Masters summon phantoms. Cultists create swamps that deal damage. So we'll have guys kind of coming in later, and there'll be multiple waves. This is continent 1 of 10. So I finished the last run. It took me a couple hours. So we're probably not going to do like a whole run here unless things go super short. We'll probably just go through like a couple continents. So this interface, yeah, it's a little busy, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and jump into the battle. I do like the way that it moves and rotates the world. We can kind of look at different continents. We do the fights on them. Very interesting. Looks nice. The level up stuff, all that kind of thing, looks nice. This is the main battle kind of map. This needs some work. I feel like, so they've tried to make this look like ocean, I guess, around the continent, but it just looks not that great, kind of the way it is. So there's a lot of things here about the interaction of the various different tiles and what they do. There's all kinds of cool effects and stuff. There's a couple problems with it. I think that, so first of all, seeing the screenshots of this, it looks like a mobile game. It could use a bit of another pass as far as graphics go, but I don't know that there's really that much you could do. And I can't zoom in right now, but we'll take a look at the issues with zooming in and out here in a moment as well. So we got a couple enemies. So we have a cultist over here. You create swamps. Rune Master summons phantoms. I think I will go ahead and we'll go ahead and place the shrine out here. So that's basically me, and then I can summon guys and do stuff. All right, so we do have our thing up here as well that we can do. So yeah, I don't know that this was down here before. Maybe it always was. So this is the same as our stuff up here. Yeah, I guess it was. And then we've got my different spells as well. I do, because I paid some additional points, I do now have 4 mana on the first round. So let's take a look if we zoom in. This is as far in as we can zoom. Once I'm zoomed in, there's no way for me to move. I'm trying to undo. So I can't use WASD to move around the map. I can't use the arrow keys to move around the map. If I zoom in here, see it's now not centered. I can't click and drag to move the map around. So clicking down, trying to drag doesn't do anything. And if I zoom in and then zoom out, you can kind of see there, it was not even centered. So it suddenly jumps down. Now when I zoom out, it's now not centered until I go all the way back out. Then I can go back in and it's centered again. So I feel like there's just some basic kind of map movement stuff that would be nice to have. Like I feel like it should be a little bit further over this way. Like the ability to kind of move the map around with the arrow keys or clicking and dragging would be nice. The models themselves are interesting. They're not bad looking at all. It's just sort of like you're zoomed out so much that you don't see them all that much. So you're just kind of relying on, you can see that shift again, figuring out where everything is and where to go. And it does kind of make sense. You can kind of look at the tiles and stuff and see what the effects are going to be. But for a similar kind of thing like this, as far as like tile-based maps and movement, a game like Maho Kenshi had a really good style for something like this, and it would be great to have like a visual overhaul. I think would be great, but probably not doable. It's a very small team doing this. But I just feel like a lot of it is just graphic nitpicking. You know, it's not even that like serious or anything. It would be great if it looked a little nicer, looked a little bit more unique, less mobile gamey. But you know, I understand it's a small team; they're doing what they can with what they have, and it doesn't look bad. It's just it would be great if that matched with some of the other things in the game. Like everything else seems to look better than this, and I kind of see that as we go through with the leveling up and stuff. All right, so we can take a look and see what people are going to do if we click on left control. We can also, when we're going to deploy somebody, it'll also show us where they're going to move. So we can kind of look at what this stuff does. So I know what most of this because I've seen these before. Ancient runes on entering, +1 attack to the shrine. So even if these don't go away, by the way, so you can just keep walking over them and over them and over them, and they'll just keep getting stronger, which is really cool. These star shards I haven't seen before. Create a random tile on adjacent hex every 2 turns. Okay, that's interesting. The places of power give me more mana, which lets me cast more stuff, of course. And then that's pretty much about it. We can deploy anywhere we want. Doesn't have to be next to my guys. We can leave the left control thing on or not if we want to. But we just have to kill the enemies. Once they're dead, then the next wave of enemies will show up. So this thing that says like +2 health, that's not healing, that's increasing everyone's health. So if I'm next to this guy, he'll go to 42 base health. And that carries over from fights. So as we get stronger and stronger, we'll kind of get better and better as it goes through. So the beast gets a bigger attack, but these guys will, of course, die and stuff. Acid Lake only affects the enemy, so it is interesting to sort of set up a bit of an ambush. Sometimes there's terrain that will cause damage to you, so things like swamps, or things like later on there's a bunch of lakes covered in ice, and after 3 people have stepped on it, the ice breaks, and whoever stepped on it last dies, and that is just a dead lake tile, which nobody can move on to after that. So there's some interesting mechanics and things involving that. I think it would be nice if we can get a beast out. Okay, beast looks a bit like a werewolf. So again, like I'd like to zoom in and center on him, but I can't. And then I think we'll take a cleric as well. Now, it does show me an arrow where I'm going to move, but it doesn't always. For some reason, it sometimes doesn't show that, and I don't know why. It just does weird stuff occasionally, so it just won't show you the movement. I don't have to put everybody together. I can scatter around. There's certain skills and things that you can pick up later that will affect where you might want to place your guys, but right now we don't have any skills or anything that affect that. There's also a whole gem system, which we'll maybe see later. It depends on what gems we pick up. So right now we can kind of see if the battle ends, sort of what our rewards are going to be, and these will get lower and lower as the battle progresses. You can always make things much faster, but we'll keep it at kind of a normal speed so everyone can kind of see what's going on and sort of understand what's happening. So is there anything else I want to do? I could summon another cleric. I could even summon a cleric way out over here. Typically it seems like your guys will go towards the nearest enemy, that's just kind of the way it works. I think because we're trying to heal here, I'm just going to throw another out here. This is an auto battler, so they will move and attack independent of you. You don't get to decide where everybody goes. It goes pretty quick. So we kind of see there, entering there gives me additional attack, entering there gives my shrine additional attack. There's the healing kicking off, increasing everybody's health a little bit. Smacked me. I moved first, so I don't think I actually got a hit off there. I'm not sure. Alright, so now I only get one back. So every turn I only get one. So what do I want to do? I could freeze somebody if I wanted to. We could use our spell, but I feel like it's a one-use thing, so why do that? We could throw another cleric out somewhere, either to support us or to maybe try to sneak around. I think doing that is the better option. So let's try to sneak around and get some additional power and stuff that way. The turns go pretty quick. Oh, some random terrain there, a frozen lake, and a northern city. So even when his guys step on this stuff, it gives me that bonus. Other things, though, like the northern city, whoever has control of this adds +1/+1 to a random ally or enemy. So there's a lot of different terrain that do different things. Once you get past the first continent, I didn't really see, maybe the first two continents, I didn't really see the ancient runes and the mana shards much. Where are you going? Okay, that's fine. You're moving on to the lake. We've got you pretty much screwed. I don't have to do anything, and then I'll just build up mana, so I'll go to 2 if I don't spend it. It doesn't go away. Yeah, let's just kind of let it ride. I'm actually going to have 3 because we're going to pick one up there. Alright, so an enemy has been defeated, but life still glimmers in their body. Now you can decide their fate. Copy a traversable tile to an adjacent hex, or grant morale boost to an ally. +1 attack. Yeah, we'll do that. So that kind of feeds into, we saw those things that I was talking about, like progression, and we'll get back to that in between sessions. Let's give you some additional attack. I can do that on myself, that's totally fine. So this is basically me here. Alright, and I can replace terrain. So if I want to, I could just get rid of whatever's there by putting the acid lake down if I wanted to. Where are you going? That way. So you kind of see she's headed towards the nearest enemy. She's not really focused on picking up this stuff. But if I did put somebody out here, like here, they're probably going to go there, and then maybe there. It's hard to tell. So I want to stop anyone from moving to give them a buff. I mean, I could. We could do that with our healer. We could throw an acid lake out somewhere to mess with you. It seems like usually when you do this, you have kind of 2 units and then 1 terrain tile. It seems like the standard thing that pops up. So what I'm going to do, I think, is, because I've got the mana, yeah, there's no way that you're going in to the town, it looks like. And here, for some reason, it's not going to show me what I'm going to do. I can't do it. Alright, that explains why that. But there were some, like in the later ones, that just, like, I can't move there for some reason. Alright, go up that way. Then I'm going to freeze you. So it just stops her from moving and gives her a bit of a buff for the rest of the fight. But only stops her for 1 turn from moving. Kind of see we're very slow at kind of moving up here. Okay, so she's attacked, made some swamps, and actually got rid of the town over there. It's sort of random where those things are going to pop up. So you do have a frozen lake there. I might just wait and try to get rid of it. So I'm not a big fan of sinking through the ice and dying. And in between waves, all of our guys that are alive are going to stay on the map. So just more guys will just sort of randomly pop in. So you can really build up a pretty big army, which is kind of fun. I'm going to just continue building up healers because these guys are just going to keep making everybody stronger. And you can't move through the mountains, unfortunately. I know what the sword does on death. +3/+3 to all adjacent units. Hey, stop making those. Not a fan of all that. So you're gonna get wrecked here in just a minute by my beast. I'm gonna try to keep this guy alive because he's doing a lot of damage, so I'm just gonna throw another healer next to him. I could have also just frozen him in place, but we had something interesting pop into existence over there. On to wave 2. Alright. The wave of enemies has been defeated. Select a powerful ritual as a reward. Destroy a hex. Create 2 places of power on random hexes, or triple the speed rewards. Faster you win battles, more rewards you get. I've got to pay something to do this, though. Let's create 2 places of power on random hexes. Looks like it was both the ether and here. So yeah, we've got pride. We could build up. If we level this, we'll get God of Blades. Whenever allies attack 9 times in total, summon a swordsman. Mercy. Each battle adds +1/+2 to first summoned ally, then double its health. I had this last time, was very nice. Yeah, this is more useful at the moment. If it exceeds health, you get extra ether. We could do that pretty easily. I mean, you're already there, so have some more attack. Why not? So what did we summon here? Forgotten Temple. On enter, spellbinds the entering units, or adds +3/+2 to units that are already spellbound. What does spellbound do? Well, we can right-click and then we can look at anything. Spell scrolls and auxiliary skills trigger twice. So once they have it, it's just kind of as a skill, essentially, for that unit until the rest of the battle's over. What do we want to do? I mean, there's plenty of options. It'd be nice to get some more mana, but I don't know. Yeah, you're just going to go back in the corner there. That's kind of weird. Why would you do that? From there, you're just going to fight that. Yeah, I'd like to grab some more mana, but it looks like... Can here. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. You can kind of see each round we are getting an increase in our stats. We're getting those increases from walking on certain tiles. Getting bonuses from destroying certain things. I did notice that near the end, I was no longer getting... Like, here, now I'm killing people and getting to choose stuff. Later, it seemed like that wasn't something that was triggering. So she has an ability on attack, teleport to the shrine, so she teleported next to me. This guy, +1/+1 to this unit if it has adjacent allies. You move next to me. I'm going to try Acid Lake, and I'm just going to put you in an Acid Lake. Enjoy that. But we kill her with a smack anyway, not that it makes much difference. Just kind of playing stuff to play stuff. We are going to have another wave come in somewhere. Took out another one of the swords. See, all my guys are green, the enemies are red. Can be a little bit confusing, though. Summon a Cursed Spirit, or adds +3/+9 to an ally. All enemies on the next continent will have +1/+1. I don't really like giving them bonuses, but that's not a huge thing. We'll take the Cursed Spirit. It's just a free unit. And let's put you... Yeah, let's put you out here where you're going to give me some buffs. So this doesn't affect me in a negative way, the Acid Lake, so there's no real reason for me to worry about it. This thing here, Totemic Circle. On enter, doubles attack of any entering units. Please tell me you're going to go in there. Yes, alright, you're going in. Excellent. Good job. I think... Yeah, let's just keep throwing a bunch of spammy units all over the place. Potentially to heal us up. Nice big attack there on our beast. Another sword down. Keep stacking up these buffs. We're now up to 25 attack there on our main guy. Alright, I think we're just going to wait. What is this? Elvish Temple. Deals 4 damage to all non-adjacent units every 4 turns. That's kind of rough. I could get rid of it, so if I wanted, I could play an Acid Lake on there if I had the mana. That's an option. Yeah, if I wanted to, I could freeze somebody, give them a bit of a buff. Doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. I'm going to wait. Maybe we'll get a beast next time. Changing stuff, making new things. Camp of Exiles. Not doing a lot of damage. I've got kind of a weak unit sort of blocking my access here. And again, it's because of the mountain, which I can always replace with something else. Oh, you're going to come next to me. Alright, well, I can one-shot you pretty easily. Corrupts the entering unit. I don't know what that does. Their tiles ability triggers twice while corrupted units are standing on them. Okay. Sounds bad, but that doesn't seem like a bad thing. I guess it could be if something does damage or something like that. Like the swamps. So we do have another wave that'll be coming after this one. I think we just get ready for it. So let's summon... Oh, the forest is on fire. It's really hard to tell, though. It's one of those things like I didn't even notice. And we've got a wind effect here, sandstorm, push units around. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I've seen from later maps that are popping up because we have those swords that are doing weird stuff. I'm not sure I like the swords that much, honestly. Alright, give me a beast. And I'll save my mana for the moment. Kept taking damage there because of the swamp there. Yeah. So a couple things summoned in. Create 2 Gales, freeze any unit, copy intertraversal tiles. Gales are not that useful. I guess we'll freeze some stuff so they don't move around. Definitely freeze you. So we killed somebody. Again, I don't necessarily want to give a buff to the enemies. Copy a tile somewhere. How about we copy this to there as well. This fight's actually going on longer than I expected it to for a first fight. Partially because I think it's just difficult to get around and get to people. We could destroy this mountain. I think I'm going to, just to get it out of the way so we can move up onto it. I'm pretty sure we can move on to the Acid Lake. Maybe not. It doesn't say anything about... Oh, yeah. Gotta be traversable because it says anyone on this tile. So changing some stuff. We take some damage from that. That's an elven ritual site doing damage. Bit of healing. Took out one of them. Getting some extra mana. Alright, we killed somebody else. Deal 5 damage if they die extra. Again, I don't really want to do the bonus, so sure. 5 damage to you. Yeah, I swear, like, the thing where you have the abilities that trigger when you kill somebody, I'm pretty sure at a certain point it just stops giving you that later. Each turn, 7 damage to all adjacent allies or enemies based on who captured the tile. I don't think I have control of it, even though she was on it last turn. See here, it's not showing me where I'm going to move. So that's something that I've seen pop up a few times. I'd like to be able to capture the fortress. I'm not sure I will. All 3 there, hoping that you're going to move in and capture it. Okay, doesn't matter. We killed them beforehand. And I'm not sure how it decides the order of everything. All right, rewards. It just does what it does. So yeah, like this stuff is fine. All the graphics and stuff. So we get a bunch of the ether, which we can use for various different things as we level up. So we can take a giant turtle. I've had them before, so I don't really want to take them again. So I'll take the Raise the Dead scroll instead. I'd like to try different units. So we got a variety of different XP. So it looks like everything that we have here is all focused on the green life magic, which is unfortunate. It does mean that we can get the other ones. It's just going to be harder later. Depending on the skills we have and what they do is whether they're going to get that. So we want to look for kind of the yellow and the purple to pick up as far as other skills as we progress through. We got a little bit more speed reward, not a lot. All right, and then we have first continent down. Then we have some multiple tracks where we can get some different stuff. So these are going to do me no good. So this is, if we have gems, which are these slots up here, which we get as far as rewards go, you can combine 2 of them together to do different things, whether they're 2 of the same or 2 different ones, and then they'll have different effects on different slots. So sometimes they'll only affect spells, sometimes they only affect units, that kind of thing. So it doesn't really do me much good. This one, acquire talents. So the talents are based on, if I'm remembering correctly, the talents I think are based on this value, and you have to have certain points to get those, trigger them. So again, this, we can get an interesting power, kind of random. Down here we can buy stuff from the merchant, but I don't have much. So I feel like this is probably the best way to go. I think the best thing is there's a bunch of ways to get passive skills, and I think the passive skills are actually the best way to improve as you go through. We'll go to the crossroads. So we have some choices. Sell cleric skill for 85 ether. Don't think I want to do that. Sell raise the dead scroll for 60 ether, or increase the speed reward for the next battle. I think that's probably the better option. We may not get it, but there's a chance we get a much bigger bonus if we're quick. So we want to pick another bonus for resources. Let's go ahead and do one and see what it is. The more we do, the more expensive it'll get. Start next battle with the ally on the continent Treant. That sounds pretty good. So I don't really want to sell anything. So yeah, let's take that. It only really helps me for the next fight. I'm good. We'll move on. Onto the forge. So this is where we would combine gems. So again, it's fairly simplistic, but looks good. So we could pick stuff. We can also pay ether to pick up stones and stuff we want to. I don't have enough now to pick up 2 stones to combine. So, fine. I'm just going to move on. Then we'll move on to the Antarctic Kingdom. The first mortal to slay a god was born in these lands. Agatsura the Slain was your beloved younger brother. So here we're going to have sages, gain extra attack and health. Archdruids, deal damage to all enemies on forests. Same here. And then later we'll have the battle sorceress who teleports. The rune master summons phantoms on ancient runes and places of power. We might have a lot of those, depending on the map. Okay, I had to take a break to cough my lungs out. Alright, on to the next. So, I'm going to say we're building up towards the various different perks and stuff we can get through here. So it kind of gives you some information. This game is very well tool-tipped, so definitely a lot of props for that. There's a lot of good stuff that way. So we have any kind of passive stuff up here, so our skills and things will pick up, traits we can pick up, relics we can pick up, all that kind of stuff will be up here. We'll take a look at that. Anything we're not sure about, we can always look at all the information on. I'm not sure how these work. Like, I don't really like the swords that much. Like, I would turn that off if I could. I'm kind of fine with the other stuff. But yeah. Natural disasters. Enemies will have no modifiers. This will definitely change as we go through. On to the next fight. Okay, we've got kind of a long, narrow... we can change it if we want to. It just kind of mix things up a little bit if you really, really hate the deployment. This is all fine, I think. Let's go kind of in the middle. It's pretty open. Got our treant buddy there, nice. I mean, we could instantly put somebody on a lake of poison. Not sure if that's super useful. At least not initially. There's nothing I really like, no terrain I really need to get rid of. We could probably get rid of a sword if we really wanted to. I think just playing units is my best call. Put you back there. Just gonna attack stuff. Let's do that. Do that. Just to get a bunch of units out quickly that are then going to make everybody else better. They're probably going to die to fighting this. Alright. You're going to kill my treant. If I freeze him, is that enough to save him? No. Still would kill him. That's a shame. Definitely a shame. I think I'm going to use this. Just eat you and give additional attack to my beast guy there. Haven't really done that before. This is a nice big hit there. What do you do again? +1/+1 to this unit and adjacent allies. Okay, this guy's kind of dangerous if we leave him alone. Fortunately, you're going to wander off. So let's give some bonuses. At least this way you're going to walk through some runes that are going to help my main altar god. Alright, morale boost. It's more damage. Destroy a tile, use the next chosen fate twice. We'll take the morale boost, I think. Let's put it on my beast. Then I'll give you some healing backup. He attacked me at range there, that's not nice. I think. Pretty sure he fired something at me. Something in my general direction. Let's get some more healing backup. Not quite enough to kill him with the 2 attacks there. Good amount of healing in. So you can see the risk of having the moving guy, the magma shrine, taking a decent hit there, but I think we're going to be okay. Going to add some more healing on him. This is just the first wave. Alright, surround the shrine with rock walls. Not super useful if you move around and fight stuff. Freeze a unit. Copy traversable tile. Let's freeze. What do you do? 3 damage to all enemies on forests. That's going to trigger no matter what. I don't think there are any. This doesn't count as a forest, I don't think. Let's freeze the sage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just a plains with some woods on it. Let's go random ally on a random hex. Don't even know what we got. Looks like Venom. An arcane elemental. Spellbound. Do have a random healer over here who's going to get wrecked. Yeah, so these don't seem to count as anything. Like here, it'll show me ancient runes. This is just a plains, just a few random woods on it. Where's everyone going? Kind of splitting up. A couple of us are going to take this out. I think my shrine alone could just one-shot that. But I don't know the order, like who's going first. So let me throw you up there, just to have some more healing in the area. Okay, my heavy hitters, though, unfortunately, are kind of all in the back. I think I will wait and just try to get some more mana. So yeah, all the healers are rushing ahead of everybody else, unfortunately. Okay, I'm going to put an acid lake underneath you. I think that's a good call because of the way it's sort of funneled through, and if we have to, we can put them both. Take some damage, have some poison. Stay put. Not much I can do. I could give her a bit more health. I guess we can do that. Unfortunately, I'm not doing much, but poison and damage there took him out. Plus 6 health, split randomly among allies, 5 damage to a unit. We're getting pretty far up the cruelty. Let's do that. Just do some damage. Then I just want some general healing in the back line here, so hang out. And I'm gonna wait. Might throw another lake on you. Yeah, why not? Let's throw another acid lake here. Okay, on to the next wave. Let's see where they end up. Thankfully the lakes don't hurt me. They are split up. All of your choice devours. Oh, ally of your choice. Devours all adjacent allies and gains their stats. That's interesting. Destroy Hex completely. Yeah, that's kind of neat. I do have to be careful. I think if I did here, I don't think it would kill me, but... if we do it here, eat both of them, make my beast super strong. Morale boost is +1 attack. The Loyal Village, if we summon stuff on it, has more health. I kind of like that. Let's put the village there. And I'm going to hold off for a turn here. Remember, she'll teleport to me here in a moment. Let's summon a beast in the village. This will be a much tougher beast to start with. Get a few shots in on her before she teleports over. Okay. Let's just have some healing down here. Big ol' shot. Let's get some health split among everybody. I guess. Yeah, that at least walk onto a rune, so we'll do that. Just smack me in the face. That's not nice. Just have some more healing. Alright. What do I get? Alright, Flaming Meteor does cost 3. 20 damage to an enemy, plus 20 if it's on a hex, Plains hex. Training Camp, each turn, plus 1 attack to an ally on this tile. That's not bad. I'll take the Training Camp. It also only cost me 1, so that's nice. So if we're in an area where we can't move much and we're fighting, just throw that under somebody and they'll just keep getting better and better. Yeah, not bad. We got 15 more there. Next up is a boss, the Broken Island. First and only negotiations between gods and mortals took place here. Common wisdom holds that the land was whole before that. We'll have Eruption, contains some volcanoes. Each turn, 5 damage to all adjacent units. That's pretty rough. Enemies gain +1/+2 on attack. That's bad. Yeah. I haven't seen the one that gives me the passive abilities. Is it the chamber? I thought that might be this. Acquire talents using elemental energies. I think that's this. Yeah, because that's energy. I don't remember what the symbol looked like. I guess we could check out the merchant and then pick up something at the crossroads. Let's check the merchant. The Merchant of the Gods over here. Alright, so we could pick up here some energy for things that we're not really building up, so fire and death, something like that. We have skills we can pick up, so +1/+1 to any unit, and summon a random ally next to it. That's interesting. Does cost me 2. Treant. We saw one of those. Shadow Mirror. So we probably want something yellow or purple anyway. These are purple. Like, it's really, I can tell that's green, but like, I'm not sure what that is. It looks vaguely purple. Like, I don't know. It's hard to tell for me. I don't. Colors can be kind of weird sometimes. They're not super clear. Shadow Mirror. Kill an ally to summon another random ally of the same mana cost. I did have the Life Weaver before. On attack, +3 health, randomly split among all adjacent allies. Pretty good way to buff stuff, but I've got a healer as it is. Blessing, +2 health to an ally, +1 more for each adjacent. Arcane Elemental, cost me 2. 3/8, and likes to have spells cast on them, but I don't really have anything. We've only got one more slot for something, so if I pick something, that's pretty much it. I do kind of like the buffing something and then getting a random ally. But I can also see just grabbing some energy. We can increase my shrine health as well. That's not a bad idea. I think we do that. Got some scrolls. I don't think I want to spend anything on one-off stuff. So we can grab the fire energy, still have enough to pick up something if we want to. I kind of like the materialization. Let me take that. It does cost me 2, though, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it. But the Treant cost me 2. I've never used the Treant before. It might be nice. The growth ability. Creating any tile on adjacent hex upgrades the ability to make it trigger +1 time. So just getting stronger and stronger if we're making tiles. Blessing's only 1, and that's pretty good. I think between the two, I'm more likely to cast this one more often because it only cost me 1. The random ally could be something really powerful, or it doesn't have to be something else I could make. It could be any random unit. So I do kind of like that aspect of it. So you know what? Yeah, I'll take that, I guess. Call it good. Move on. Not sure how often I'm going to use it, but could be very useful. All right, we can pick up something here at the crossroads as well. Start next battle with a Treant. Start next battle with the Zealot of the Circle. 8/12. Copies an adjacent traversable tile to a chosen hex every 2 turns. Interesting. Gain a Spark of Nature. So that's a gem for nature. We are in a boss fight, but this guy's really good. So he's a 3-cost unit. That would definitely help me get the fight through. Yeah, I'll take the Vault of Souls, so we'll have that, and we can pick again for something, sure. Death Energy, Sell Acid Lake, acquire the perk of another shrine type, Forbidden Magic. What? On battle start, summon a Crimson Tentacle next to the shrine, or another Crimson Tentacle. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Start summoning tentacles all over the place. Alright, yeah, let's move on. I think last time when I played through, I had a lot of passive skills that I picked up early on, which made my shrine super, super strong, like right off the bat. Orion Steelhoof, the Great Sentinel. There's the volcanoes. Kind of fine with that. We've got the swords, the volcanoes. I think I'll start, like, far away from you. Fighting that should be okay. So there's our guy we summoned. So now we have the tentacle. Does have to be adjacent? Sure. Let's just throw it there. So it's a 2/1 little tentacle dude. Alright. So this guy's pretty cool looking. Zealot of the Circle. What do I want to do? We could definitely move up through here with somebody. So let's throw a beast down. I was hoping you'd go that way. Alright, we'll have you head that direction. Hopefully you'll move before the volcano smacks you. And then I'm going to use the materialization. Let's go ahead and use it on the Zealot of the Circle. No, we have to summon, so it's deciding where I'm going to summon somebody. Yeah, go there. So we got another elemental, arcane elemental. Okay, cool. So 2 for a little bit of damage and a decent unit, which probably would have cost me 2 anyway. Just move away from the volcano, please. That's all I ask. Nope, volcanoes go first, apparently. Alright. So we killed the sword, killed another sword, so we get some decent buffs there. I should probably look at what you do. We nearly, like, the wolf almost died from the volcano. On attack, +1/+2, that's pretty rough. Adds units attacks to all adjacent allies, that's pretty bad. Orion summons a direwolf every 2 turns. On move, set attacks of all adjacent units to 4. +1/+2 on attack to this unit. That's not nice. I don't think these guys will attack the swords. I think it's only my guys will attack the swords. I could definitely use a couple healers here. Would probably be a good idea. I feel like that's going to be somewhat necessary. We'll back you up with a healer. Where are you going? You're going that way. Yeah, let's just throw... I want you to go there, preferably. Yeah, go there with a healer. Just so we get some healing and improve our health and stuff a little bit here. I could blast the direwolf and kill it. That's something I could do, that's for sure. I'm going to hold off, though. I might need it to kill off Orion here if things go really bad. Okay, so they soared there. Yeah, the volcano. Oh, I didn't really pay attention to where I put those two. The volcano just killed both of my healers. Awesome! Alright. So your ability has triggered, which is copies an adjacent traversal tile to a chosen hex. So I can choose a tile and we can put it somewhere else. Sure. So we'll get rid of that volcano, put some woods there instead. I figured I'd have to be adjacent to something to get rid of it, but apparently not. And I keep summoning. That is not good. Let's throw a training camp under you. I'm a little concerned about how this one is going. Let's make this sword awfully strong. Yeah, you see, he's dropping the attack values, then the direwolves are increasing the attack values quite a bit. So that's a bit dangerous. Not sure how I feel about that. So I'm not sure, like, order. Like, do we move an attack first? Do they move an attack first? I don't know. So all that would be really nice to know. So I don't think it tells me. Yeah, it does show me turn order. First, second, third, fourth. So we will move and attack before they do anything. We're going to attack the wolf and him. So yeah, let's have some healing up here, I think. So there's not multiple waves for this boss fight. It's just this fight. We kill this guy, we win. We got my passive triggered again. I guess we'll pick woods because that's our only choice. What do we want to get rid of? Anything? Like, I don't really feel like it's that big of a deal. The volcano back there shouldn't be a problem for me, but I could get rid of it, and then we could deploy somebody in the rear to move in. So sure. Oh, I went for the sword there. That's too bad. Got just a giant direwolf conga line here going on. Order-wise, these guys are going to go later. So I could throw some more healing in. We could add a healer back here who'd then move up in the back. We could also put a training camp on the front line somewhere. You're going to kill pretty much no matter what. You're going to get killed. I think no matter what, those guys are going to die. Let's just do that for the moment. Got the sword, but that mainly buffed them, it seemed like. A little bit of healing on me, but it's not going to be enough to save you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use Raise the Dead. And I'll put you... there. Because you start off as the basic unit, it looks like. We might want to wait, and then we could drop Lake or something. I don't know, this is looking a bit rough. The guys are definitely getting trashed. This guy just keeps getting stronger. Yeah, I think we're going to want to save this, if we can get him down to 12, to just nuke him. How about... yeah, let's wait so I can get some more mana. I feel like this is kind of a waste. Yeah, I'm just going to skip it. Summon another wolf there. Okay. He's on my structure. We could change it to an acid lake underneath him, which would poison him. We could also give a bonus to this guy and then summon a random unit. So I do have some options. They're not fantastic. Let's do that. And then give me a unit. Oh, the direwolf's there. There, I guess. Yeah, maybe it's always going to be one of these arcane elementals. Just going to get overrun by direwolves here. I'm just hoping we get enough attacks off on the main guy that we can hurt him. Nice big hit. Okay, he is low enough. Now he's not. Okay, he can one-shot and kill me. What's the order? I go first. As long as I attack the main guy, I'm okay. So I'm going to zap him. Please attack the main guy first. Then I'm gonna put a healer here as a distraction, hopefully, for the wolves. Okay, kill the big guy, and we win. That was way rougher than the last time I fought this. It was like super easy the last time because I had so many different benefits and passive abilities and things with my main guy. Alright. I can't add anything, but we could have extra stuff and we can swap things out if we want to. The arena swaps attack and health. Lava field. On enter, 16 damage to entering enemies, plus 12 more if they were pushed. It's only on enter, not if they're in. I'll take the lava field. So if I wanted to, we can take a look. Like if I click on something, it'll show me what we have used and what we're not. So I'm not using the lava field. It also cost me 2. So same as this. The acid lake does damage if they're just on the tile. So I think that's better than only on enter. At the end, we could kind of lay ambushes, and that's a lot of damage, at least at this point in the game. Not sure I like the materialization that much, just for the cost. I don't know that I would use this that much. I'm going to stay with what I've got. So we did actually get some death magic there. Alright, because we completed the act, we have kind of a special thing that will pop up. So there's some different things that will go positive and negative for you. So you could just kind of ignore this and just look at what the positive negatives are, but I like the theming and I like the kind of backstory and stuff. Hunger for mana. You despise humans, most of all mortal races, but their cunning nature may prove to be useful. You promise mercy for revealing sacred sources of magical energy, which they gladly do to save their precious lives. There are +4 places of power on each continent, but you cannot place the shrine on some hexes. It's okay. It also gives us a bonus to our... this is towards God of Blades, whereas this is the life one. So, wise ruler, despite your disdain for mortal kind, you acknowledge the few among them who are clever and useful. You travel forth and gather the wisest mortals from across the burnt continents to form a personal council who will offer you guidance in exchange for their safety, and a modest fee. Gain a random scroll at the start of each battle. Unused scrolls disappear after each battle. It's okay. Treasures of the past. Instead of pursuing runaway mortals, you focus on searching the tombs of human kings who are said to be buried with untold riches. Eventually, your search succeeds, but their heirs hold an everlasting grudge against you. +20 ether, +8 shrine health, a random talent, a random gem, and a random skill. But all bosses get +2 damage, +9 health. I feel like that one's probably the most useful. What does this do when it's maxed out? Whenever allies attack, 9 times in total, summon a free swordsman. I took this one last time. And it wasn't really an issue because I was running tons of health, and every time I would go into a map, I would get stronger. That's not really happening because I don't really have the passive abilities. I really need to find passive abilities in this run and add a bunch to me. Places of power might not be that useful. I'm going to take the treasures of the past, I guess. Again, do that. So we get a bunch of stuff. So we got Weapon Mastery. Grants Blade Flurry 1 to every 3rd summoned ally. Blade Flurry attacks additional time for each stack of Blade Flurry. Okay. We got a gem. So we have a Sacred Emerald. On enter, it creates a copy of this tile on an adjacent hex. I think that's good for like the Acid Lake. We'll do that. So it'll give us 2 Acid Lakes. And I would have picked up a skill. So we also got a Sand Golem. On movement, destroy a tile on this hex to gain +2/+2. That's pretty good, actually. I kind of like that better than materialization, honestly. I kind of feel like I need the healers. If I have something else that heals, I could swap them out, but they're a one cost and they heal, which is quite good. I feel like the sand golem is going to be better than the materialization. But they could end up causing problems by just destroying everything that's there. Um, We do have the swords and stuff, so yeah, let's do that. Let's take the sand golems instead. Alright, so on this next area, we'll have some other problems. Merchant. Why am I not getting anything else? I guess we can do that. I want those passive abilities. So yeah, this is based on what I have here. I'm already high enough to get this for free. We can pay to get more points if we want to. So it's only 15 points there, 15 points here. We already have this. We get to choose something on the life talent tree. So we can have either Spellbind the first summoned ally each battle and adds +3 health to it. It's okay. The Spellbind would be benefited by nothing because I don't have any spells at the moment unless I swap back the Sand Golem. We have Emerald Defender, +3 health and grants Intimidation to a chosen ally on turn 4. Intimidation, all adjacent enemies lose an attack. That's really good. I will happily take Emerald Defender. Alright, so for 15 points, we can get pretty much anything we want. It'd be nice to have a mix of stuff. They all cost me 6 apiece, so that's like 90 to get a level up for anything. You can only get one. How about... It kind of seems like a lot to do this. 90's kind of crazy. I'll do it anyway, though. So we can unlock something on the fire talent tree. So we have either Reinforcement, summon an Orc Berserker on battle start, or whenever allies attack 5 times in total, create a lava field on a chosen hex. So the lava field, I think, is what we just saw. Yeah, on enter, 16 damage to entering enemies. It doesn't say it damages me. Extra damage if they were pushed. I feel like having a free unit is better, so give me the Orc Berserker. And the Orc Berserker, so 2/9 on attack, +1 to this unit. Okay. Yeah, I don't have enough to do that again, so we're good there. So you can kind of see how things can stack and interact. So we have the shop, probably not much I can do here for 50 some ether. It's a discount on some magic. I guess we could take that. It's pretty cheap. What else do we have? Pyromancer. 3 to a random enemy for each adjacent plane. It doesn't say the enemies have to be next to me, so maybe we fire that across the map. That might actually be pretty good. Seen the arena. Plant Magician. On move, applies poison to all adjacent enemies, then doubles the poison stacks. That's pretty good. Grim Obelisk. Whenever enemy attack is changed, deal 2 damage to it. Huh. I'm assuming this is a unit that doesn't move. That's pretty cool, actually. So anytime they have anything that increases, they just suck damage. On enter, Spellbind. Furious Brute. Pushes targets every second attack. I like the Grim Obelisk. I also like the Plant Magician and the Pyromancer, honestly. I wish I had more slots. I think I actually unlocked an additional one because I think the last time I only had 4. Now I've got 5. I could swap the obelisk for the training camp. If I really wanted to do that. I think that's really useful. So I'm going to take that. I'll take the magic. Oh, I don't have enough. Never mind. Yeah, so up here, let's put the obelisk in instead of the training camp. Yeah, I'll do that. All right. So I think we'll go ahead and end it there. Overall, I think this is a very interesting game. It's a lot more in-depth and has a lot more moving parts and mechanics than I expected. We didn't even get any of these to level up. So if we get Mercy upgraded, we get the God of Life ability, we get Cruelty, we get the God of Blood ability, and we can have multiple. Pride, we get the God of Blades ability. So there's a bunch of interesting things there as well as you go through, kind of keeping in mind. Um, there's a lot more different stuff as you progress through. This is only the 4th continent out of 10. We can take a look, our Treasures of the Past there, and we'll have 2 more before we get to the end, the final boss, if not 3 more. Yeah, it's a very interesting game. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of interconnected stuff. Even though it's an auto battler, it has a lot of cool things going on. Um, I just wish the graphics were a little better on the actual main fights. It's kind of my main nitpick. But there probably isn't much chance that they can do any real major changes. I think there's a pretty small team building this. And I appreciate the complexity that's been thrown into this. There's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of different things. There's a lot of different units, there's a lot of different terrain tiles. How all that stuff interacts is all very interesting. And for a very small development team, I think they've done a really good job with this. It would be great to have a few other little things like the graphics, but you know, I used to play on a Commodore back when I first started playing games. You want to look at like crummy old graphics and stuff, like look at stuff. What is that? I can't even tell what that is. Sometimes that was just kind of the way it was. So it doesn't really bother me as much as it might maybe some other people. But it's a fairly cheap game, and it's being developed by a very small team, so I definitely cut them some slack for that. Uh, it gives me, I'd say a mild recommend. They're definitely making some changes as well. Like it looks like it still has a roadmap going on, even though it's in the 1.2. So I don't think it's technically in early access, but there's stuff being added to the game still. So it's nice to see as well. Yeah, it's been Godless. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you again next time. Until then, have a good one.